Today on General Hospital, Liz has mites, Britt impresses Lucas, and Trina doesn't know who or what to believe anymore. Plus, Isaiah learns about Portia's pregnancy at Alexa's place. Nina reveals that new evidence has come to light and an arrest has been made. Drew assumes it's Michael, but Nina reveals it was Curtis. Suzanne calls a contact at City Hall to find out more, and Drew hates to say it, but he thinks the cops have the wrong man. Nina believes that if the cops have enough evidence to arrest Curtis, it will help create reasonable doubt for Willow's case. Alexis tries to keep everyone from getting ahead of themselves. Nina tells Willow that Curtis's arrest changes everything. Willow looks at her wedding ring and knows it does. Nina asks what she'll do, but Willow doesn't want to talk about it here. Michael finds the cops searching Curtis's CO office. And Nathan explains that Curtis made a false statement about the night Drew was shot and has been arrested. In the Crimson office, Jacinda tries on various dresses while Nina is out of the office, only to be caught by Michael. He tells her she looks amazing in the sparkly red number she's wearing. Michael explains the cops are currently searching Curtis' office, and he might have shot Drew, which means Willow will go free. He feels Willow will use her arrest to play up sympathy at their custody case. And the fact that now she's married to the man she supposedly shot makes her look good. Jacinda says, "And you are dating a hooker." Michael tells Jacinda not to call herself that, but Jacinda says it is how people see her. On the upside, if Curtis is charged, they don't have to fake a relationship for his alibi, Michael says. Spending time with her isn't about his alibi anymore. Not after last night. Michael and Jacinda both admit there is something between them, and they kiss at the hospital. Christina shows up for an allergy shot and runs into Molly, who came to keep her sister company, as she knows Christina hates shots. As they wait, Molly tells her sister about the new novel she's working on, which Christina finds fascinating given that one character is a cowboy. Molly admits Cody has inspired the character. Meanwhile, Felicia chats with Liz, who has been constantly rubbing her eyes because they itch, and she says it feels like there's dirt in them. Felicia eventually convinces her to see the on-staff eye doctor. Liz returns to Felicia and says she has a common eyelid infection, unfortunately caused by mites. It affects up to 25 million Americans each year and is easily treatable with drops. Is it Eye Health Awareness Month? Shouldn't they be pushing St. Jude and toys for tots this time of year? Portia and Isaiah are in an exam room, and Portia calls Britt in as Dr. Navarro is in surgery. Isaiah reminds Portia that Britt isn't a doctor anymore, but Portia blurts out, "It has to be Britt. It has to be now. I can't lose this, baby." Isaiah is stunned. Britt asks Isaiah to step out, which he does. Portia explains her symptoms and cramps to Britt. Britt tells her that everything will be okay. In the hall, Isaiah paces and realizes Portia could be pregnant with his child. Britt leans out of the room and asks Isaiah to please get Lucas for her. Lucas arrives, and Britt explains the situation and that she needs him to order tests for Portia, as she is not on staff. He takes off to put them in, and Britt tells Portia that she believes this is dehydration and stress. Britt steps out and tells Isaiah that Portia is resting. And Lucas tells her that he ordered her tests. However, he also demands a word with her, so they step aside. Isaiah heads in to see Portia and asks, "Is the baby mine?" She says it's possible, but Curtis is a possibility too. She was waiting until she was out of her first trimester to get a paternity test. Isaiah asked if she would have told him about this if the baby turned out to be his. In the halls, Britt assumes Lucas is going to write her up and says Portia needed her help. Lucas actually is offering to write her another letter of recommendation to get her license back. She is confused as he hates her, but he says she is a good doctor and should be practicing at the station. Dante has called Jordan in to sign off on the transcript from her and Curtis meeting with Nathan. The other day, he explains that Curtis has been arrested for obstruction of justice and making a false statement. He also tells her that they have footage of Curtis meeting with Selena, and one theory is that he called her for a job. Jordan asks if they are going to drop the charges against Willow. But Dante says they aren't there yet. She leaves when Nathan shows up. Nathan tells Dante that Michael found him and some officers searching Aurora and was upset to learn that Curtis was arrested. Trina and Kai visit Curtis in the slammer. She says his lawyer is working to get him released and asks whether he lied. To the police, he says he did. He was not alone in the Savoy the night Drew was shot. Trina immediately thinks he was with Jordan, but Curtis insists it wasn't. He insists that he and Jordan were just friends then, and he never cheated on her. Mom! Curtis admits there is footage of Selena with him at the club. Trina thought he had cut ties with her, so why was he meeting her? Curtis explains he realized he couldn't be involved with Selena again, and he didn't tell the cops. As she didn't want them to know she was in town, Trina wants to believe her dad, but when Jordan shows up, Trina shoots daggers at her with her eyes. Trina tells her dad that she'll see him at the arraignment. And she and Kai leave. Jordan fills Curtis in on her talk with Dante about Selena, and they think he hired Selena to shoot Drew. However, the charges against Willow haven't been dropped yet. Curtis feels they can mediate this, and he needs her help. Soon after, Jordan calls up Drew, who is still at Alexis' house. Outside the station, Kai and Trina discuss what they've learned. Trina rants about Jordan, while also stating that she doesn't want to believe her dad wanted Drew dead, but maybe she doesn't know him as well as she thought she did. Back at the station, Dante and Nathan review other evidence and discover a mislabeled traffic cam file for the streets they've pinned for surveillance that night. Dante says nobody has reviewed it, so they need to do so right now. Back at Alexis' place, Suzanne and Alexis explain the charges against Curtis to Drew, Willow, and Nina, and that there is evidence Selena Wu is in town. Drew says he has to deal with an important call and offers Nina a ride back to Crimson. They head out together, and Willow asks Alexis what she thinks this could mean for her. Felicia walks with Liz to the hospital pharmacy to get her eye drops. Meanwhile, Christina finishes with her shot and meets back up with her sister, who has been waiting and working on her book. Michael and Jacinda passionately kiss, but she pulls away. She doesn't want to compromise his visitation hearing. Michael says even if Willow is innocent, she's still an unfit mother. They get back to kissing, and then start stripping, right in the middle of Nina's office. That's when Nina walks in and exclaims, "Oh my God!" Back at the hospital, where it is stunned that Lucas believes she's a good doctor. In the exam room, Portia assures Isaiah that she would have told him if the baby were his, as she's not making the same mistake with Curtis and Trina again. She will let him know when the test is scheduled. Isaiah steps out, and Portia cries, "It will be okay, little one. Your mommy already loves you." At her place, Alexis admits to Willow that if Selena is involved, the crime becomes a professional hit if the PCPD files charges of attempted murder against Curtis. They will have to drop the charges against her. Drew shows up to see Curtis in jail and gloats that justice is finally going to be served. Curtis tells him to drop the act. If he's charged, his motive will be big trouble for Drew, so they need to help each other. Kai asks Trina if she still wants to find out the truth about the night Drew was shot. She does, but doesn't know what she'll do if they find out her dad shot or hired someone to shoot Drew. Finally, in the integration room, Nathan, Dante, and another officer watch the traffic cam footage and are shocked at what they see. Dante says, "There's our answer."